I've held out on this long enough. I've restrained myself until August, but now we are finally delving in to some autumnal content. We're going to be planning and prepping and wish listing for the fall season. I feel like it's a little bit too early to be doing styling content for autumn yet. That will be in September. But what it is good to do now before the season to get ahead of the game is to prep your wish list to see if there are any items missing in your wardrobe. Fall is my favourite season to dress for, so this is my favourite time of year to do this, and I have curated a little mood board that I'll show you now of a few of my wish list items. So I'm going to be running you through what is on my autumn wish list 2025. Honestly, creating the wish list, the mood board, is actually, I think, my favourite part. The shopping is kind of secondary to that. I actually just love curating the images together, seeing the colour scheme that I might be going for that season. So as you can see from my mood board, I'm definitely loving a little bit of red. I think red over burgundy this year. I obviously loved burgundy last autumn and I still love burgundy. I still have burgundy pieces I'll be wearing, but I think incorporating a little bit more of a true red into my outfits is going to be on theme this year. And then a little bit of denim, lots of white cotton knits, some gingham, some tartan as well, and lots of amazing jackets as always. I do think of all the seasons, autumn is the time of year where it is mostly trends that just repeat every single year. You always have the same colours, the same burgundies, reds, tartans, checks, ginghams, the same like suede and leather as well, the same fabrics and textures and colours coming up season after season. So a lot of the stuff is kind of, it feels trendless anyway, even if it is popular at the moment. So let's delve into the actual items, what's on my wish list, and whether I think I'll be adding them to cart or not. Actually, before we get into the wish list, I want to show you two new pieces of jewellery from Linjer. Linjer are the biggest supporter of my channel. They are sponsoring this video, and honestly, a lot of my videos would not be possible without them. They've been with me since 2023, and I continue to wear them and tell you guys about them because I genuinely love all of the things they do. I love their solid gold range in particular, so I have two new pieces from that. The first one is actually the necklace I'm wearing now. So this is a diamond necklace. It's on the 14 karat yellow gold and it's got marquise and round diamonds on it. It's called the Noelia necklace. It's 5 marquise lab grown diamonds and 8 round lab grown diamonds. So you have a total carat weight of 0.36. But absolutely beautiful, perfect for layering with other Linjer necklaces or other gold necklaces in general. And then to go with that, because a lot of their jewelry kind of comes in sets, I mean you don't have to buy it in a set, but they have matching pieces, whether that's like a matching ring and necklace or a bracelet and a necklace, and this is kind of the ring that goes with this necklace. So this also has round diamonds and marquise diamonds in it, and I absolutely love this one. Would be a perfect stacking ring, but equally it is, you know, it's bold enough to wear on its own as well. I don't like to wear too many rings because I feel it's a little bit of sensory overload for me, so I prefer to have just a few on. And so I love that this is special enough to be worn on its own, and it does pack a punch, but you can stack it if you want that option. The ring is called the Aurelia ring. You have the same 5 marquise lab grown diamonds, 8 round diamonds, and the same total carat weight as the necklace as well, the 0.361. So it is a perfect match if you do like to coordinate your jewelry pieces. I'll make sure to leave links to both of the Linjer pieces down below. There will also be a discount code down there where you can get a special discount on both of these pieces, one of them, or any other item from the Linjer website. I always leave like a selection, a curation of my favorites, some of the pieces I own down below as well if you would like to check that out. Shall we talk through this wish list? Let us start with Sézane, because I do have a few Sézane pieces on my wish list. Well, I have 2, no 3 actually, 3 from what I've seen so far of their pre-fall collection. Now, definitely, obviously we are in the early stages of fall. Will there be pieces that I see after this that get added to the wish list? Probably, but this is where it stands currently, and I had to mention the tartan trench coat, the Clyde trench in tartan first of all. This one really spoke to me. This is the Clyde I've been waiting for. I feel like ever since they released the Clyde, was it in 2023? I think it was autumn 2023. 2023 when the Clyde first came out. And I remember when they did that promo video of it where the model turned it inside out and she had the tartan lining on the outside, and we all thought that meant that the Clyde was reversible. And we all got really excited. And then we realized that no, she was just playing about with the coat and it wasn't really reversible. But this kind of gives us that look, right? 2 years later, we have a tartan version of the Clyde and I love it. I really love the colors they've chosen for this. It actually, from what I can see, is a green and black, although it does kind of appear navy. I think it is a black. I don't know, I think because it's against a green and against that white stripe as well, it does just have it leans a little bit navy, but it's a black, and then the lining on the inside is a true navy. I think they are really nice colours. They're not too in your face, so I feel like although this is patterned, it could definitely be paired quite easily with other patterns, with bright colours, with neutrals obviously as well. I think it's a little bit more pared back than the gingham version, which came out in the spring, which I did really like, but I never bought because I just thought, how many outfits am I going to be able to put together with a gingham trench? Whereas I think the tartan is just a little bit more classic and easier to style. So that one is quite high on my wish list, I'll be honest. I do have a couple of other jackets on my wish list on my mood board though, so it will be a case of deciding which one I want to go for before I make a purchase, but I would say the Sézane one is probably number one at the moment. The next piece from Sézane that I really liked when I saw the pre-fall releases are these red ballet flats. Now this is inspiration because I don't know how I feel about buying another pair of Sézane shoes because I just haven't had the best experience with Sézane footwear. I do find that it doesn't wear very well, although I will say that these flats look really comfortable. They look really soft. You know, some leathers are very hard, difficult to break in, they constantly give you blisters. These feel like they're the complete opposite of that. They almost remind me of the leather of the Vicky loafers, which is buttery soft, didn't need any breaking in, and I actually did really like those. I will say again, the wear on them isn't great. I found that after quite a lot of wear, I did wear them a lot in, I think 2023 as well when I got them. I found that the lining, the leather lining, which is glued onto the base of the shoe, starts to peel off with the more you wear them and with heavy wear. Which is something that I found in quite a few Sézane shoes, and that's why I've kind of been very hesitant to invest in a pair of Sézane shoes again. But these red ones are really speaking to me. They're the perfect shade of red. I feel like they're exactly the same shade of red as my Favette bag, which you'll notice is also on my mood board. I have actually added a couple of pieces to my mood board that I picked up recently that I know I'm going to be wearing in the autumn. I think that's a nice thing to do if you are going to create one of these wishlist mood boards. Add in a couple of your favourite items for that season that you already own, so you can see what the new pieces look like alongside your existing pieces, because you still want to be wearing your existing pieces and not just making a whole new wardrobe. And it's all about how can the new pieces integrate into your existing wardrobe. So I've added in that red Favette bag because I really want to wear that a lot this autumn. I've also added in my recent purchase of my Dôen Gap denim jacket, which I've been loving, and I think I will love even more into the autumn because it's a jacket, because of that oversized nature, the denim fabric. I feel like it does read very autumnal, and I do think these flats pair deliciously with the Favette bag, and I also think they look really nice against the other colours in my mood board, the greens, the creams, the blues, the blacks. So the jury's still out whether I will get these exact ones or I will just use this as inspiration to get a pair of red ballet flats or Mary Janes from another brand. Let me know if you have any brand recommendations for red leather ballet flats or Mary Janes. I think Mary Janes specifically over ballet flats because for some reason Mary Janes feel a little bit more autumnal to me than ballet flats. So yeah, if you have any better brand recommendations than Sézane at a similar price point, I would be interested to hear from you. And the third and final item on my wish list from Sézane at the moment is this gorgeous cream knit. Now immediately, this is just a little bit of me. This is perfect. This is what I love Sézane for, especially in the autumn winter. These just knits that are so delicate, feminine, pretty. I find that they're so classically Sézane. This is a classically Sézane knit. And the thing I like about this knit in particular is it looks to be cotton or predominantly cotton. You can just kind of tell from the texture in the photo that it looks like it's predominantly cotton, which is my preference for knits. I'm wearing 100% cotton knit now. I just love cotton. I love the way it wears. I love how easy it is to care for. I love the feel of it on your skin. I love that it's a little bit like, it's not too soft. I find wool and cashmere sometimes a little bit too soft. I don't know, that probably doesn't make any sense, but I like the rigidity of cotton, and it just kind of feels substantial and cozy, but not in a like woolly way, if you know what I mean. So hopefully this will be 100% organic cotton. Fingers crossed. I would love that. And I love the little tie detail. I've actually got a couple of tops that do this at the moment, and I really like it. It's like a nice way to have a cardigan or a jumper that isn't cropped but still accentuates the waist and doesn't feel too oversized and too boxy. And I just love all like this. It just feels very feminine, and it would look great with a pair of jeans. But I also really like it styled the way she's done here with a cream skirt and brown suede boots, and I already have both of those items in my wardrobe, so I know I could recreate that outfit. So that one, although it's not released yet, is definitely one I'm going to be buying 100%, and I know it won't be too expensive. Hopefully it'll be around the £100 mark. So yeah, that one is one of the few items that I know I'm going to purchase. It's just a matter of when it is released. I think from memory it's going to be released either mid or late August, from what I heard Sézane say on Instagram, so not too long to wait now. The only other knit I have on my wish list at the moment is this cream cardigan as well. They're quite similar. They're both cream cotton cardigans, but with different vibes and different price points. And it's the Nola cardigan by Dôen. It is the one I'm wearing at the moment. It is my favourite piece of knitwear, and they finally restocked it in the cream, although they did it like under the radar. They didn't announce that they'd restocked it. So randomly, I just went onto the website one day and it was there. And I'm telling you, I've been stalking this cardigan at secondhand for months, trying to find one secondhand, and I've not found any. And I've even been willing to ship it from the US to get it and pay, you know, over the price I should be paying for it, because I really want the cream version of it. It's the one I've wanted the most since I tried the Nola cardigan, but it was the only colour not in stock. And I managed to find, well, this colour wasn't in stock either, but I got this one secondhand, but I've never come across the cream one secondhand. And so when I saw that they just randomly restocked it in all sizes on the website and not told me, I was a little bit annoyed, but I quickly added it to my wish list, and I think I will be buying this one very shortly. I'm actually just waiting to see if I can, I've got some like pending points on my Dôen balance, so once those come into my account, then I'll use my points to buy this cardigan at a reduced price, because yes, it's a very, very, very expensive cardigan, and yes, it probably is a cardigan that you could knit yourself if you knew how to knit. Right now I don't know how to knit, and I want the cardigan now, and I have to say I wear these cardigans absolutely to death, so for me I can justify the price point. But of course, if you're a knitter, totally go ahead and try and make this yourself, because it is quite a simple pattern. But I just love them. I know they're not to everyone's taste, but they are so, I just think they pair so well with dresses. I feel like that's because they're made by Dôen, and Dôen do a great dress, and they know how to make a cardigan that pairs well with a dress. So I really think the cream one is going to be the most versatile, because it's going to be neutral, it's going to go with everything, and I feel like it's going to really give that like cozy country autumnal feel. Other than that, I don't have any other knitwear on my wish list. We will see what gets released later down the line, but I feel very content with the knitwear I have. I have my Dôen cardigans, I have things like my leontines, which are a classic. I bring out well, I have them out in summer as well, but I wear them even more in autumn, and I have a few little knits from Rouge, Dôen, those kind of places. So I feel like I have all of my bases covered for knitwear, so I'm not anticipating buying, other than these two, buying much knitwear this season. Circling back to jackets now, and I noticed some really amazing jackets on the Nobody's Child New In collection. I feel like it's the slow kind of drips and drabs of their autumnal collection that has started to come in, and they have some amazing Clyde trench dupes. And I say dupes, but they're 100% organic cotton, so they are the same composition as the Clyde, and they have some amazing colours. Dare I say it, some better colours than Sézane has. So if you're looking for a trench this season, but maybe you have a slightly smaller budget than Sézane, I think the Nobody's Child ones are about £160 compared to £275 for the Clyde. So definitely worth checking out. They have a burgundy with a gingham lining. It feels very similar to the Clyde. It might have a belt, which the Clyde doesn't have, but it's a gorgeous rich burgundy, which I love, but they also have like a camel version. They have a navy one, which I thought was an interesting take. They have a cream one, which looks very similar to the cream, like ecru Clyde. And then I noticed they also have, which I've added to my mood board, this gingham short, like cropped trench, which feels a little bit like the Bobby trench from Sézane, but it's obviously in this fun gingham. And I really like this. And it's just a case of deciding, what do I want to add? Do I want to add a shorter cropped gingham jacket to my collection, or do I want to go for the long line tartan Clyde trench? I haven't quite decided yet, but I've added both for now so I can kind of see them side by side. And maybe what I'll do, this is a tip if you have Index, what I like to do is add my wishlist purchases to Index, to my Index app, and then try and play about styling them with my current wardrobe so I can get a feel for what might be more versatile, what might go with the rest of my clothes, what I might be missing. I mean, I already definitely have long line trenches and I don't have as many shorter jackets and coats, so maybe that's the answer for me. Maybe I should go for the cropped gingham one, but it's also about the pattern and the colours, right, and what's going to be most harmonious with the rest of my wardrobe. But I did really like that. So if you are on the hunt for a cropped or a shorter gingham jacket, they might have it in a solid colour as well. I will check and let you know. But yeah, 100% organic cotton, so at least you're not compromising on composition. Another jacket. Jackets are always my weakness in autumn winter, even more so than bags and shoes. I'm just a bit of a jacket fiend. I saw this one. This is like a cotton, more of a casual style jacket on And Other Stories. And I really like this. This is really nice. It's like pink. I think it's a stripe. Is it a stripe? Maybe it's not a stripe. No, I think it's like a textured, almost like, I don't know what you would call that, but a slightly textured cotton in this very like dusty shade of pink with silver buttons and this fun corduroy burgundy collar. Love it. I just love the details. I love pink, and I love being able to incorporate pink in an autumnal way because it isn't a very autumnal colour. But a lot of my wardrobe pairs really nicely with pink or is pink. So having a jacket that feels very autumnal but in a pink shade I think could be interesting, and having that burgundy collar as well would enable me to pair it really nicely with other burgundy like bags and shoes, even jumpers as well. So I really like that one. I don't know if I will end up buying that one because it's definitely not a need, but I wanted to highlight it here as well in case you're interested in case you like burgundy as much as me and you're looking for one of these more casual, it's almost like a denim jacket, but it's more in like a cotton fabric, and it's obviously not blue. So it does actually look very similar. Now I'm seeing it side by side with the Dôen denim jacket that I already have. It's kind of similar to that, but the colour choice makes it feel different. The final item I have on my mood board, and then we are going to have a quick look at the new pre-fall Dôen collection, seeing as it released literally like 2 minutes ago as I'm filming this. So I haven't seen it yet, so we'll do first impressions of that at the end. But the final piece on my mood board are the Aloha trainers that embarrassingly have been on my wish list for probably about 2 years now. I don't know why I still haven't bought these. I add these to my mood board, my wish list, pretty much every season, and I still haven't bought them, and I don't quite know why. I think this might be the season I actually do go ahead and buy them though, because I still love them. And if that isn't the proof of concept, I've waited 2 years to buy these, so I feel like I feel like I'm not going to tire of them. I feel like I've proven to myself that I do really want them by waiting 2 years to buy them, so it might be the time to buy these. And I am looking for like a casual autumnal trainer that I can wear specifically with jeans, but also with dresses and skirts. And I do like the femininity of the Aloha ones with the ribbon. You get like a ribbon shoelace, but you also get a normal shoelace, which I think is quite nice because the ribbon one I feel like is probably going to be a bit delicate. So at least in a more like rugged environments, you can switch to the traditional shoelace. But it also has the crochet lace detailing along the trainer, and I feel like it just feels more feminine, prettier, more elevated than wearing like a standard white trainer or like a Samba or something like that. I'm kind of over the whole Samba Adidas trainers as much. I mean, I have 2 pairs and I do wear them all the time, but I'm not into logos. I've said this before, but I'm just not into logos at the moment. I know it's a little bit of a trend to not be into logos right now, but I do see my wardrobe gradually going that way to less logoed pieces, and I feel like these trainers will fit in really well with that. Let's have a look at the Dôen pre-fall collection now. So this just dropped. I haven't seen anything in the sneak peeks on Instagram that has really caught my eye, but you never know, there may be some hidden gems in here. So we have this green silk set, very pretty, not my vibe. I do love the coralline dress. I would have absolutely nowhere to wear that, but it is very pretty. This is more of like a fall autumnal piece. This ruffled blouse is quite nice. It is a little bit expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but definitely if you want a statement blouse, something with a lot of volume, I do quite like that one. It also comes in the dress version. In terms of their knitwear, I have never been overly impressed with their knitwear. I do have one piece of knitwear from Dôen, but I bought it secondhand. And I would say if you do want to buy a Dôen knit, try and go secondhand if you can, whether that's through their Handmade Dôen events they do where they sell secondhand pieces, or just on Vinted, eBay, etc. Because I just think the price is a little bit steep for what they are, although the designs are pretty. This dress is really pretty actually. It's like a little mini, it's not very autumnal, but I guess the black makes it feel a little bit more wintry. This pattern is really cute actually. The top is like a weird shape. I don't think this would look good on many people. It's very square at the front. It's like a scarf straight on at the front, and then I'm not sure how it works at the sides. I do like the skirt though in this pretty tile print. I think this is a nice transitional print between summer and autumn. It sits kind of somewhere in between. I do like the skirt. I think it's actually, I really like the skirt with the little red trim at the bottom. I think that's really cute. I like how they've styled it with the white top as opposed to the matching top. It's 100% organic cotton. That is pretty. I don't think it's good enough to go onto my mood board, my wish list, but I do like it a lot. Moving down, we have the bijou dress. This is a dress I was actually considering trying. I found one on Vinted in a different print from a previous collection that I was interested in. I don't know how I feel about the puff shoulder sort of sleeve situation. It is quite dramatic. It does create quite a costume effect almost, but I know you can kind of pull the sleeves down and make it a little bit less dramatic because it makes the sleeves a little bit less puffy, the shoulders. But this print I'm not in love with. I think I actually prefer the one I've found on Vinted, so I'd go with that if I was going to buy it. Yeah, the dark floral with the blue and the black and the red isn't really screaming to me. This striped shirt is pretty with the red and blue stripes. I do quite like that. This Pascal jacket in the brown is really nice. I really love the Pascal jacket. I've never tried it, but I don't know, this one is kind of tempting me. It is very cute. I don't really need a jacket like this. I already have my wax jackets from Alex Mill, but this is like a cotton, so it's not really waterproof. So less practical basically. But I love the brown shade. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I feel like it would go with a lot of things. They also do this in the white and in the denim. But I do think this brown one, what they're calling this willow bark, is actually probably the nicest colour it's come in so far. I love that it's just so rich and kind of caramelly and very autumnal. So that is nice if you're looking for a barn jacket or a cotton, like, what are they called? No, I'd call it like a barn jacket. It is a great option. I really like this outfit. I did see this outfit on their Instagram. This was shot in Lake Garda, and I was in Lake Garda in the summer. And I really love this outfit. I'm not going to buy this top, I don't think, but I think I will use this outfit as inspiration, especially if I do end up getting a pair of red Mary Janes, pairing those with maybe a red top, jeans, and then like a pop of colour jumper around the shoulders. I would never think to pair like a turquoise light blue jumper with a red plaid blouse, but it somehow really works. And the little basket bag as well is kind of an unexpected touch, somewhere between summer and autumn again, but I really like the colour combination it brings. I think it's really unusual, it's unexpected, but it somehow works together. The dress I think is a little bit too much plaid for me, too Christmassy, tableclothy. I like the shape of the dress where it comes in at the waist and then flows out. It reminds me a little bit of the dress I bought from the previous fall collection last year in the like burgundy check. That one I definitely think is nicer than this one though. It's less tablecloth-like. This one's a little bit too picnicky, I think, but the top works. I think if you pair it with something like jeans, something that is more classic and like stiffer and more rigid, I think it's going to offset that like tablecloth vibe. Moving down, I'm not kind of in that. Oh, actually, the Hardy top is what I've always wanted to try. I think it's kind of like the long sleeve version of the what's it called? The short sleeved one, the iconic one. I can't remember what it's called now. Nope, it's not going to come to me. I'll put it on screen. But they do obviously the short sleeved one that kind of stops at the elbow. This is the long sleeved one for fall. The white one is very nice. It is very pretty, and it also comes in a burgundy, which is beautiful. That one is really nice and rich. It's a classic Dôen piece. I really do like it with the jeans as well. Okay, that one's, again, it's one that it feels a little bit too autumnal because of the colour for now, but then it will probably be sold out by September, October when I actually want it. So yeah, it is kind of worthwhile sometimes picking up pieces slightly too early if you really like them, because they do end up selling out eventually. Moving down, is this still the new collection? I think it is. I like this print actually. The Julienne top, that's quite a pretty, like, unusual pattern. Also comes in the dress. They have some more of these like silk pieces, which aren't really my vibe. Oh, that dress is so nice. I mean, that is not something I would buy at $600, but wow, look at it. It's so pretty. Definitely one you would need a slip under. It looks completely sheer. It is a 1, a 1 of 6 on the sheer scale. So yeah, it is designed to be worn with a slip, but wow, look at the detail on it. That is incredible. That is so nice. Oh, I wish I had somewhere to wear that, but no, I don't. Oh, they have more stuff. Oh, I like the Florine top. Okay, this is actually similar to a top that I liked from their, I think it was their spring collection, or maybe their late winter collection. But that one I found, I didn't buy it because it was more of like a yellowy beige rather than a white. This one looks more white. So actually, I really like this. This might actually have to be added to the wish list. I really like this. Simple, but I love the detail of the black ribbon, the puff sleeve. It feels like it's very seasonless. You could wear this in autumn, winter under a jacket or a coat or layered, but you could wear this in the summer as well. Yeah, that one's nice. It's not too expensive for Doen, $198. Not too expensive. I will say that when these tops have little ribbons like this, as much as I love the detail, I do think like the way it like is, I don't know, interlocked into the fabric is really beautiful, and with the black ribbon, and it adds a nice bit of contrast. They do tend to get a little bit disheveled in the wash, even if you hand wash them, because it's obviously just like a very delicate ribbon. So I find that sometimes they can get a little bit threadbare when you wash the top. So it's something to bear in mind. I don't know if you could, could you remove the ribbon to wash it? I'm not sure, but maybe something's worth looking into if you are going to buy a top like that. This top, oh, this is a dress. This is like a short dress. That is pretty, but again, do I have anywhere to wear that? No. Okay. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're speaking my language. This dress, wow. Oh, wow. This is on the wish list for sure. I can tell immediately. This is right up my street. So this is the Quintessa dress in deep crimson. And this is a long sleeve version of the Quinn dress. And the Quinn dress is like a short cap sleeve, little puff sleeve dress like this that they do every summer really. And this seems to be the long sleeved version for autumn. I've never seen this style before. It is opaque, so you won't have to worry about what you wear underneath, and the colour is incredible. If you wanted to treat yourself to like one Doen dress for autumn winter, get that one. That one looks really good. 100% organic cotton. I do like these knits as well, these like crochet striped knits. They are nice, but again, like pricey for what they are. The crochet dress is beautiful. Anything else that's kind of speaking to me? None of this stuff. This stuff is like their basics. Oh, I do like that cardigan. The Eau de Lis cardigan. That's pretty. It's like a little layering piece. But again, $300. No, I'd rather get the dress for $300 than that. I like that. Oh, I like that knit as well. This is similar to one I've seen from a previous collection, but that one was short sleeved. This is long sleeved. This is nice. That is pretty. But it is kind of Sézane-esque, right? You could pick something up at Sézane that looks very similar to that for half the price. So probably not worth it, but it is nice. If you had an unlimited budget, then I would go for it. Shoes are not something I would buy from Dôen. I don't know why, but I just don't trust them with shoes. Don't ask me why, but I feel like they're too expensive for what they are. Socks, and then we're getting into the summer stuff. So that is everything. Okay, I would say my highlights from that, definitely that, is it Quintessa? I've forgotten the name already. That dress, beautiful. That is definitely going on my radar for things I might want to pick up for autumn winter. And then I would also say the Pascal jacket in the brown is very nice as well. That is it. That is everything on my current autumn wish list. Let me know what you think. Let me know what is on your autumn wish list as well, especially because I'm planning on doing another of those reaction videos, reacting and maybe de-influencing you from your autumn wish list. So if you would like to be involved in that video, you can comment down below what is on your current fall autumn wish list and what you want me to react to and kind of recommend to you, or maybe de-influence you from purchasing if I don't think it's the right decision for you. So yeah, make sure you do that if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Linjer again for sponsoring this video. Their pieces will be linked in the first line of the description box, and I will also leave everything else I've mentioned, all of the pieces I've talked about today, linked down below as well, with the sizes that I am going to order just for reference, so you can kind of compare and contrast. And otherwise, I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you very soon in my next video.